when you kind of force things in a creative process, in a business, in anything, um, it normally becomes harder to create or harder to actually think and really go into it, right? It becomes way harder because you're forcing the ideas of processes and the process itself. So as I see a lot of influencers online saying, hustle, hustle, bustle, all these things, and hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back. We're back in my daily video here. Thank you guys for tuning in, chiming in, leaving comments, liking, engaging. Really like it. Really appreciate it. And at the same time, I know that whether I get the validation, as they say, through here or through other platforms, I still do this because I feel like I want to just put out content. Don't know why, just the inner part of me that I want to put out. And again, maybe I have a lot of friends that are contacting me and family that are seeing me here on YouTube. So very, very humbling. Very, very also panicking because sometimes you're like, which video have they seen? Which part of me have they seen? So I try to be consistent and just talk about what comes to my mind and just obviously what I really think about. And again, at the end of the day, we all have our own thoughts, our own decisions, our own opinions. Doesn't mean nobody's. I don't think anybody's better or worse than anybody else. It's just everybody is an individual human being, which is why I really wanted to talk real quick about Wayne Dyer was talking about today. I haven't been really listening to Wayne Dyer because normally that was my go-to inspiration in the morning when I was at the gym. As you have made known, or have you known by now, our gyms are closed due to the virus. There is no open facilities for any type of group activities, and that's considered a group activity. Gyms, even though most people are on their own, but we're very close proximity within each other, and rightfully so. I think it should be closed for the meantime until all of this kind of dies down. And I don't know how long we're gonna be without a gym. Hopefully sooner than later, but yeah, I really wanted to just come on here and let you guys know that the gym is not an option right now. So that being said, um, I have been really listening to my inspirational uh, speeches every day, which kind of motivated me and got me going and got me, keep putting out videos, keep putting out content. Wouldn't stop. Didn't feel like I had a let go button, right? I wanted to just produce, produce, produce. And even when I had times that I didn't know what to talk about, I would always make a video. And lately, I've been kind of pushing it because I don't know what to talk about. Besides the fact, the same thing that we always talk about this virus and about how we're kind of acclimating to it and kind of changing our lives in a big way because of this virus. Other than that, I want to talk about other topics, right? And sometimes I feel kind of weird because I can't omit the fact of what's going on, but I also want to keep it light and change people's moods and change up the talk about what's really going on. As for me, I haven't been ordering books. I read the books that I wanted to read already. I finished them off because of this virus thing. Excuse me. I finished the Linchpin, which was the book I was referring to every day. And my God, if you guys have a chance, get that book. It's an awesome book. Get it for cheap, used. It's an old book, but the insights in it for right now, for this relevancy of what we have, what's going on right now, we have to kind of adapt and change and be different compared to before because of the economy and what's going on. It's a great book to pick up just to start thinking differently, which I always feel like that's what really gets our brain juices going, thinking differently, seeing things differently, and maybe even inspiring us to do things that we otherwise would have never done. So um, the Lynchman is finished, and now I went back to one of my oldies, which I'll probably I'm pretty sure individuals that read a lot have probably read this book, Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, and somebody recommended this book to me a couple of months back, actually a year ago, and while I was at work, and wow, the book just goes into all our fears, into all our thought processes, how we think, why we don't do things, why we really kind of hesitate, why we take, you know, different routes, why we never really accomplish what we want to accomplish. And if you really want to change your beliefs and your concept of yourself, and also just the way you go about certain things, this book will help. Again, obviously, you have to put it into you have to put it into obviously into play and implement it. But the steps and the strategies, and not even just strategies, just to think differently and kind of understand yourself better. And in the book itself, it's talking about how, you know, when you kind of force things in a creative process, in a business, in anything, um, it normally becomes harder to create or harder to actually think and really go into it, right? It becomes way harder because you're forcing the ideas of processes and the process itself. So as you know, I see a lot of influencers online saying, you know, hustle, hustle, bustle, all these things, and now with the economy, get yours now. Now is the time. He says, use the time that you have as downtime as part of your creative process. So using your time where you're not really doing much as part of your process. And basically he says whenever you feel like you're not doing nothing, you actually are doing something. You're relaxing. Relaxation and just like letting go of the concept, and it's part of the creative process. He says anything that we think is not creative most of the time is creative. Creativity comes in any type of shape or form, which I also read that in the book as Linchpin as well, in the War of Art. These books as well. They all talk about how creativity is not just art, a book, some type of sculpture. Creativity is anybody's kind of passion, what they do, and they do it, uniquely their way. Nobody can copy that. Nobody can kind of imitate it. They can, but when they first come out with it, it's their way of doing things. Whether it might be repeated somewhere else, they put their gist into it. So whether you're trying to create any type of content or any type of books or product or business, remember that no matter how many businesses out there regarding that same business, you bring a different creativity. You bring yourself, which you're made from, to say, from a certain being that makes you uniquely. And if you believe that, I think you're gonna go ahead and act upon it a little more differently. So since I've been having the last couple of days, it's been kind of hard for me to make content to really produce and excuse me, but I guess I got a little runny nose. Trying to produce and trying to make things happen, as they say. It hit me. I was like, you know what? I am gonna just jump on here and make a video of whatever comes to my mind, right? And just let it be. And I think that sometimes in life we might force things. We might. I know for me, trying to be a control person as far as controlling things around me, it's very hard for me to just let things be. I feel like I want to have some type of take in it. I want to parlay in it. Even now, my daughter, teaching her from home, I try to control the schedule and how are we gonna do things. And I'm learning that she doesn't work very well like that. She works well letting her take part into whatever she feels like she wants to do. If she kind of shuts down on me, I move on to the next subject, and it's kind of like I don't try to force her to do something. I've been trying to, and it hasn't been working. So even that concept of when you're working with other individuals, when you have projects, when you have group activities, whatever it may be, sometimes the best way to do it is kind of engage everybody, have them have their 2 cents, and not try to force a situation. And that goes also as well as our creativity, our building, creating side. Let's kind of use this moment that we have right now where we're forced to stay home and relax and watch enough Netflix and watch all the movies. I'm okay with all that stuff. Just don't overdo it, right? It's a certain time that it comes to a halt when you can't really watch any more of that. And don't get me wrong, right now I'm catching up with I watched Ozark and the Tiger King, which is something that it you can't write up that storyline, and it's crazy and it's kind of very entertaining. So although it is very dramatic, it is very entertaining, and these things are cool to watch. I think once in a blue, let you indulge in your as they call it, indulgences. But yeah, man, have fun, relax, let it come to you. We're not talking about not focusing on your long-term goals, but but have the vision, but at the same time, let it come to you as far as the ideas and the steps, the next steps to the process. And Kyle Cease is another individual that I love and I follow very much, and he kind of also talks about in his book, as in the next step will show up when it's needed. Everything comes up to you when it's needed. Right now, if it's not showing up, it's because it's not needed. So hope you guys take away something from this video, especially creatives out there. Let's make the best of it, have fun, and stay safe. And I'll see you guys next time.